Hey guys, I am live. I don't know if anyone is watching this. I'm trying to turn the TV down in the background. I've had so much happen to me lately. It's crazy and not in a good way. The good news I have is I am writing a book and I want your opinions and input into this book. I'm debating if I want it to be about my whole life, like a memoir up until this point? Or do I want to do just a brain tumor book? Do I want to do just a diabetes diagnosis book? Do I want to just do my health journey book? Do I just want to do like a separate physical and mental health journey book? Do I want to write a book like Jazz Thornton did, like her book about how she stopped just surviving and started thriving and wrote letters, to help people read when they're struggling with different things. That's something that, I just am trying to figure out like the process of planning this out in a way that makes sense for the book and like answering any questions you guys have. Like, I want to share like the tools that I've used and the coping skills I've learned in therapy and being in and out of mental hospitals and regular hospitals too. So, want to share everything that I can with you guys and really be open about my life. I've also been wondering if in this book I should talk about my ABUSE from when I was a child because it really impacted my physical health later on. And so it's kind of connected. So it's like, where does the book begin? Does it begin like when I'm a young kid? Does it begin when these bad things start happening to me? Like, when does it begin? I don't know. So I don't know. I feel like I'm so scared no one's going to read it because I've always wanted to be an author and I just really want this to be something that's helpful for you guys. If I could just help one person, it would make me so proud and so happy. So, yeah, let me know, what kind of things that you would like me to share. I'm an open book, literally. And I will write them in my book and share the people that have hurt me. I will share the dirty laundry. I will share, it will be filled with drama. I can tell you that. It will be very entertaining. There's a lot of family drama in there, which contributed a lot to my poor mental health. But obviously, even though I'm estranged from most of my dad's side of the family, it's a long story. You can read it in the book. But I wish them well, so I will be using different names for them because out of respect, I don't want them to be identified by anyone, since some of you guys know who I am. And in terms of my physical health, things have not been going well. I was planning on attending the University of Oklahoma in January, and I got right up to the day I was going to move in, and I was like, I can't do this. Like, I kept having panic attacks and stuff, and it just didn't feel right. And it felt so right before, and I just feel so confused on where my path leads me now. I graduated in December with my second associate's degree, this one in psychology, but I want to go for my bachelor's degree in psychology as well. And then I don't know what I want to do next. I always hate that question of, what do you want to do with your life next? And it's like, I don't know. I'm just like trying to survive day by day. And I had was like 2 weeks ago now, where Friday, like right when the dentist's office closed, I got an abscessed tooth and it was the worst pain ever, worse than a kidney stone. And literally, my pain management doctor wouldn't prescribe me any pain medicine, even though the dentist was like giving me numbing shots every 6 hours to try to take some of the excruciating pain away and keep me out of the hospital. My pain doc, wrote him a letter about why I needed more pain medicine, and my oral surgeon did too, and he just denied. And they both advised me then, well, just take what you have at home and try to make it to find another pain doctor, which is what I did. And so I called up his office on Monday when it opened up, and I told them what was going on and asked them if they had gotten the letters. And when we were on the way there for them to see how swollen my face was and red, like it was like twice the size that it should be, the the pain doctor's office called in the middle of the drive, and they were like, we don't care how much pain you're in, we're not giving you anything else, you're self-medicating by doubling up on your pain pills. And it's like, are you kidding me? Self-medicating, I'm following doctor's advice and you're not helping me. And she's like, yeah, but it's not the prescribing doctor. And it's like, yeah, the prescribing doctor wasn't around. What was I supposed to do? No one in their right mind would go along with this giant infected abscess that went all the way up to my eyelid and my jawbone and this tooth, and be literally unable to keep down food and water and throwing up from all the pain, not able to sleep. Who would not take the pain medicine that they have at home? I mean, it's just so stupid. So I was just like, okay, you're done. I'm firing you. And when the nurse said I was self-medicating, I did have a little, called her a bitch twice, because it's not like me to be like that. I'm not proud of it, but it just made me so mad because I have been going from place to place to place, ERs, oral surgeons, dentists. I was just so exhausted from not eating, sleeping, so dehydrated, so much pain. And I was just literally at my limit. And then just to hear, like, I've been with this pain management practice for 3 years and I've never done anything wrong. And then for them to like try to like send me to rehab like I'm some kind of drug addict when I have legitimate images that show, and I legitimately have medical records that show I had jaw surgery, is just insane. So I don't know. Luckily, still have some pain medicine, and I was lucky that my surgeon, once I got rid of the pain doctor, he was able to prescribe me some pain medication. So the pain is coming down a little bit finally, and I'm doing heat now, which he said would cause some more swelling and bruising, which it has. But you can kind of see this is all a bruise right here. But yeah, and then back in September, I had a breast reduction, which I had wanted for a long time because I was having really bad back problems, and guys were constantly making inappropriate comments towards me, and it made me feel very uncomfortable, and I didn't feel like how I used to be because I always was small, like part of the itty bitty titty committee. So it was really weird to like all of a sudden like grow big boobs in your 20s. So I got a reduction, and I had a weird feeling that I was going to die from this surgery, which is really weird. And I was like, no, I'm just psyching myself out. It's not anything. And then I had the surgery. Everything seemed to be going perfectly fine. And then one night, randomly, blood just started gushing out of like one of the incisions. And this is like a month after surgery too. And it was tons of blood. There was blood everywhere. I thought I was gonna have to go to the ER, but luckily it's just like, they said there was some blood trapped in there and it just popped and all bled out. So that was that. But then I got another wound that opened up on my surgery site, and that wound, they were like, we could send you to wound care, but they're just gonna tell you it's not a big deal, and da 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 da. And Mom, I'm on live. I know. Sorry, my mom just walked in. Anyways, what was I talking about? Um, Geez, I seriously can't remember what I was talking about. Someone help me. I have ADHD brain. Oh, I found this locket. It's by Origami Owl. I don't know if you guys know them, but I got a new little pendant here. I had one when I was probably like 14 years old, and I loved it. I put little cats and dogs in it, and now this pendant represents my life goals, my bigger goals. To love and be loved represents the red heart, the graduation cap for earning my bachelor's, that's a goal of mine, possibly a master's, the angel wings in honor of my cat Angel and everyone that the world has lost that is a beautiful soul, and a little traveling suitcase because I love to travel more than anything, and little baby feet with a heart because I'm not ready yet, but I would love nothing more than to be a mom. And I'm just really scared it's not going to happen because I've been told that I have a reduced egg count for my age, and that obviously decreases your chances of being able to get pregnant. And I've been told that I probably will never be able to carry my own children because of a medical condition I have, which was really devastating and is really devastating. And I feel like it's destroying me mentally right now because I'm seeing all of my friends and peers have babies and get pregnant. It's like, my sister too. And it's just really the most painful thing that I've ever gone through. It was a medical malpractice situation, and I've been thinking about suing for pain and suffering because it's brought me so much pain and suffering what's happened, and I wasn't properly informed on the procedure and the consequences of it and all of that. So, yeah. Anyways, I also, in back to the breast reduction surgery. So that wound, when that second wound healed up, that had opened up right away the next day, it was like just a little bit red in the morning. And then within a few hours, my whole breast was like a giant pus pocket. And my mom was like, we have to go to the ER. And the ER was like, oh my God, that is really infected. We have to transfer you to another hospital for emergency surgery. And this is so bizarre because it was 2.5 months after my surgery. And so I lost some of my tissue and stuff. So that kind of sucks, and it was really awful. I was in wound care for over 2 months, which is partly why I wasn't able to go to OU in January because I was still in wound care. And when I was in the hospital, I was diagnosed with diabetes for that. And I also developed sepsis from that infection as well. So they were just throwing antibiotics in that IV. It was crazy and very scary, and I didn't think I had the strength to get through that, but I did. And now I'm just really struggling with my mental health and feeling like I'm worthy of being here. And like, the Idaho murder case that everyone has been talking about, I've been having thoughts that just I wish I could trade places with one of those girls because they had so much to offer the world, and I feel like I don't have anything to offer like they do. And they were such sunshines and rays of light, and they didn't deserve that. And it's just really, really evil that someone would do something like that. And I mean, they wanted to live and got murdered, and I feel guilty for being alive because I don't even want to be here. I'm not going to do anything, but it's just really hard fighting your mind every day, trying to stay at least calm and neutral and positive and everything. And I've been showing a lot of weakness lately. I've been thinking about checking myself into a mental hospital again, and I don't know. I just am very, very scared and trying to draw closer to God because I know that He's the only way, that He and my mom and the strength I get from the people that support me, the few people I have. Somehow I'll have to make it. And yeah, it's scary. I feel like I'm either gonna, no, I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, so if you could send some positive energy my way. The pain was literally leading me to feel suicidal. So the pain is not at a level where I feel suicidal anymore. So we're out of the crisis for right now. But I'm going to have to go down on these painkillers, and I'm scared because I've been on opioids for over 2 years because I've had injury after injury and surgery after surgery, and I've just been in an opioid haze for years, and I don't know what it feels like to not have them in my body, and it's terrifying because they give you a mood boost, and it's like I'm already so depressed. What am I going to feel like with nothing? It's really scary, and I feel like my doctors prescribed me way too many opioids and didn't manage it properly. Like, why did no one else look for other ways to treat my pain other than throwing more opioids at me until I got so dependent on them that I'm terrified to live life without them? And I'm just a young girl in college. I just feel like I have so many problems and I just want to be normal. And I got that diabetes diagnosis then in November when I was in the hospital. And that is something that has really impacted my mental health too, because of feeling like I'll never enjoy food again. Like, comfort food is so important. And I've been villainized and estranged from the family. Like, one of my cousins was saying that I was extremely verbally abusive to her, which is not true. I would never do that to anyone or anyone because I've been abused so much and I know how much it hurts and I want to spread light and love. But for some reason, something happened in her past. I understand it's not about me. Something happened in her past to make her react the way that she does, which is when people disagree with her, she thinks she's being attacked. And she has these really horrible panic attacks and just can't deal with my mental health and everything. And it's unfortunate. And she went and told all of my dad's side of the family and everything that I was abusive and everything, and no one will talk to me now. And I just feel like I'm a shitty person because it's in my heart I know it's not true, and my mom and the people that do actually know me know it's not true. And my mom and I have been literally show us one text message where I said something abusive. I never called you a name ever. You called me so many names. You and I almost said her name, this other cousin. They're enmeshed, these two. It's really unhealthy. But they would just send me really nasty notes, I didn't deserve to live, that I was the black sheep of the family, that no one wanted me, that they were mad I was in a relationship with someone because I didn't deserve to be loved after the way that I had treated them so horribly, that I'd been stabbing them in the back and all this stuff. And I just have such a soft, sensitive soul, and it's just been so way too much for me. My mom encouraged me to reach out to them because I've been isolated so long with health issues and stuff. And family's supposed to love you and forgive you no matter what. And that's not what happened. And I reached out to my biological sister a couple weeks ago, and we were talking back and forth, and she was sending, matching jewelry and stuff. She wanted to be buddies. And then all of a sudden one day I get a text from her that basically she doesn't know if she wants a relationship with me or not, and she's not going to read any of the text messages I send her, and she doesn't want to hurt me. She's like, I care for you, but I know it won't feel like it. And it's that is such a shitty thing to do to your little sister. She's 9 years older than me, and it makes me so sad because I got to see my little nephew for the first time, and I got really excited thinking that I could be in his life, and I just don't want him to think that I didn't want to be in his life. or any other future kids she may have, nieces or nephews. Like, I want to be there, but my mom won't let me be there for whatever reason. I didn't do anything to her. And she said I didn't do anything to her, but it's just really all been so overwhelming, and I just really need support. And I don't know, I just really needed to vent about everything that's been hurting me and scaring me, and just wanted some help with the book too. So yeah, let me know if you think yeah, my sister does have big problems. She didn't even say goodbye to my dad before he died. She literally just abandoned him before he died. And she was mad. She was 29 years old, and she was mad that he didn't pay for her plane ticket to come visit him when he was diagnosed as terminally ill. Meanwhile, my mom and I were slaving away caring for him. And it's so hard because in this family, like, everyone else has a sibling duo, but my sibling duo were not a thing. I'm essentially an only child, and she was so much older than me anyways that I pretty much was an only child most of my life because I didn't get to see her much. But it was really hard to see my nephew and have her talk about how, when she came over, that I was the highlight, and she really enjoyed playing with me and stuff. And it's like, well, if you really enjoy playing with me, why don't you want me in your life? And it just brings up all these abandonment issues. And it's like, if all these people keep abandoning you, there has to be something wrong with you. Like, I mean, once, yeah, twice, yeah, but I mean, at some point you got to start looking at yourself. And I feel like we attract what we think we deserve. And for the longest time, and I still struggle with this, I feel like I deserve nothing. And I feel like I deserve to just lay on the sword, and I'm the kind of girl that will just apologize and take the blame for everything just so there's peace. And these people can hold grudges for a long time. Like, literally, one of my cousins, I went to visit her a year ago, and she won't talk to me because of the way I acted when I was there. And let's talk about the way I acted while I was there. She literally drugged me, gave me a cookie with drugs in it, didn't tell me. And then when I was like drugged beyond belief and stumbling down the hallway, I wake up the next morning in her sweatshirt with vomit all over me and one of my shoes halfway across the room in her bed. And I have no idea, like, anything that happened. And I have been out like from like 7 to like 10 a.m. And then I kept falling asleep in the car too. And she's like pushing my head. She's like, try to be awake, try to be awake. And I'm like, you're the one that literally dragged me, girl. Like, you can't be mad at me. And I just don't understand holding on to the anger either. Like, even if I knew there was stuff in there and had a bad reaction, like, what is the point in holding on to anger and grudges? I just don't get it. I just want peace. And my mom just got diagnosed with brain cancer. I sent a nice message, and I'm blocked. I get it. It hurts on so many levels. I'm so sorry. That must be really, really hard to deal with. I have been blocked by a number of my family members too, or they just ignore me. So I get how much it hurts when you're blocked. I've been blocked by one of my cousins for over a year, and she thinks that I'm just the problem, and she's like, it'll be years before I'll even consider having a relationship with you. And it's like, girl, I'm not going to consider having a relationship with someone who walks out of my life and accuses me of being abusive and then like spreads lies about me to an entire family to like villainize me and call me a black sheep and say I'm some sort of abuser when I'm not. And it's like, literally, she's like tarnishing my name, and I would never do that to her. But I'm getting angry. But I know I have to keep telling myself, I know that she has trauma. She struggles with her mental health a lot too. And It's all about her. It really is. Her reactions, their reactions are all extreme. They're not appropriate. They're not within the range of normal. And these people are toxic in my life. Well, they're not in my life right now, but they're toxic for me. They'd be toxic for anyone. And there's other juicy bits too that I want to leave for the book about the family drama, but and my health too. But I've been really struggling, with accepting that there's relatives and then there's family. Relatives you don't choose. Family is the people that treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And I feel like when I get more confidence, if I do, that I will start attracting the kind of people that I deserve, because I know that I'm a good person. And I know that no matter what these people say about me, they can say I'm an abuser till they're blue in their face. It's not true. It will never be true. And yeah, I can sleep well at night knowing that. So yeah, let me know if you have had similar experiences. And the problem is to get rid of the toxic people. Yeah, it's so hard for me because I'm such a lover. I'm so forgiving, and I keep letting people back in and giving them chance after chance after chance. And then I get more hurt and hurt and hurt. And that's been a pattern in my life that I'm trying to get rid of, hurt me once. What is it? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So that cousin that wants a relationship a few years down the road, she ain't getting it because she doesn't deserve to be in my presence. And that sounded really cocky, but I didn't mean it in a cocky way. I just meant it as if you're gonna drag someone along like she did. Like she would say, oh, I'll go out to eat with you in a month. And then when a month came, she wouldn't do it. And then she'd go, oh, if you go to rehab and stop taking painkillers, and just cope with your pain with nothing, then I'll see you. And then it became, okay, I'll call you, or I'll do, XYZ. And then she never delivered. And then I wrote her a letter, and she was like, thank you for respecting my space and everything, because she had said she wanted some space. So I left her alone for 6 months, didn't say anything, then just wrote her a friendly letter right before I was going to go to college, which has been delayed until fall again. And she replied, and I was like, okay, this is the start of, repairing this relationship. And so I sent her a few more letters and didn't get a reply. And I thought, well, maybe she's just really busy, because I know she's super busy, and maybe she didn't think, my letters warranted a reply. I don't know. Just giving her the benefit of the doubt. And then the other day, she was mad at me because I was sending her letters, and she was like accusing me of harassing her. I sent her a total of 4 letters, one of which she responded to, which was the first one. And she thanked me for reaching out to her in that way. And then she was mad because she was like, I just sent her the one letter just wishing her well. This wasn't like the start of a relationship like she thought it was. And she was like, I told her to stop. And then she was talking to my mom, and my mom was like, when did you tell her to stop? You never told her to not contact you at all. And then she went back and she was like, yeah, you're right. I was wrong. I did not ask her not to send me letters or contact me. But I'm such a lover, and I just always have wanted a big, happy family. And I know I'm a good friend, and I really know that I could have had good relationships with these people, but I feel like it's all my fault. And they all say it's my fault, and it's like I got called the black sheep of the family by some guy who was in prison for like child pee, fill in the blank, and distributing drugs for like over 10 years. And it's like, really, you're gonna call me the black sheep of the family? That's so inappropriate. And what do you think that's going to do to the self-esteem of someone who's struggling mentally to begin with, much less a young girl? And and then his house ended up burning down in a fire, and I was kind enough to donate $200 to help him because he had a little baby and I felt bad for the little baby. And I donated $2 to help him. And in response, his daughter, then, who is 31 years old, sent me a hateful text message a few weeks later and didn't thank me at all for helping her and her dad. And she was always making something out of nothing, that I was being mean all the time and rude and stuff. And I was like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. And she was like, yes you did, yes you did. And it's like they would share text messages, private text messages that I would send between us to each other without my knowledge, which I'm pretty sure is at least immoral, if not illegal in some states. I don't know. But I was pretty mortified knowing that a lot of my secrets and my trauma that I talked about have been shared throughout the whole family. I feel like this is a very dysfunctional family system, and I'm wondering if anyone else also thinks that this group think that the side of the family has is abnormal. And with that being said, my voice is getting tired, and I will bid you guys a farewell, and let me know where the book should start and what you want to hear about. And please try to help raise my self-esteem. I'm really depressed. Anyways, I'm trying ketamine treatments to boost my mood, but they're not working yet. So yeah, till next time, see you guys. Thank you for always supporting me and loving me. I love you too. Bye.